ba-dum ba-dum bum da-da-dun dun da-da-dun dun da-da-dun dun da-da-dun.
Okay, this is the
Welcome everybody to the
the-
Far Off Films podcast. I'm joined with the Savvies.
is this the
me,
the
matey.
fourth- Is this the fourth or the fifth episode?
This is
the fifth.
Fifth.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is it. Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth
I know this for
episode
sure.
of Far Off Films podcast. I am
Yes.
Jules, who is also known as the Walrus Man.
Our matey, it's me, Timmy from Tim Jong-un Productions.
I be Lass Luka from Luka's film. Yeah.
That was cringe, but I'm glad we did that.
Yeah,
We had to do it.
of course.
Yeah, I guess
Of
we
course.
had to, because, you know, we're talking about the Pirates movies, of course, so, but we'll get into
Rightness.
that later.
Yeah, we will get into that later. Okay, yeah, we gotta speed through this. Jules, what movie news do you have for us?
I think you've probably already seen it already. It's just this this really funny Chris Pine shit, Harry Styles.
Oh, I don't even want to talk
the
about
fucking
that.
spit thing. Can someone explain to me why
Nothing
anyone
happened.
sort of gives a shit about this? Like, I understand, like,
celebrity
people care
drama.
about, like, drama. I understand that, but still, like, who gives a shit in the end? Like,
Yeah.
does
Yeah,
any of this
literally.
really matter? Yeah.
Clearly people give a shit about it.
I mean-
I was berated by a Twitter user because I couldn't see where he actually spits on him allegedly, and I was like, where's he spitting on him? And someone just
Did
someone just said,
there was nothing,
open your
though.
eyes.
Nothing
fuck."
No, there was
happened.
nothing.
You know,
No,
I
but,
saw a
like-
funny video of like a Harry Styles was like edited as like a Dilophosaur from like Jurassic Park and like spat acid all over him over Chris Pine. That was pretty good.
Have you seen
Like
the
that
goat
was
edit?
like the one good meme that
Where he
came
throws
out
a
of
goat
that.
into
But
his
like, yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
nothing
think
ready
the
to
funny,
say
the more
here,
funny
like-
thing in this situation was just these like fucking like his face at like all these like Venice Film Festival press conferences where he looks like so dead inside.
yeah, yeah.
That's the
yeah,
more funny
because I don't know, they were just probably mad that they couldn't go to the real like film festival con. So
Yeah.
you know,
Venice is pretty big
thing.
though.
Well, Venice has a pretty
Yeah,
big
but they're-
lineup
they're-
this year.
yeah,
I'd
but
rather
they give.
go to Venice than go to Cannes, honestly.
No, I'm kidding, obviously,
okay.
but like, yeah, so I want to go to lots of these because you know I think
mean,
TIFF
everyone
is also
does.
happening right now, and I would pay a ton of money to
Yeah.
go to TIFF. Yeah, but
Oh, I'd
I don't know
love
how-
to go see all those
Really,
movies
really
like super
How-
early. Yeah.
how well aware are you? Because like I feel like the only reason why anyone is giving a shit about this movie is just purely because of the drama of this movie.
Yeah, I
like-
was going to see it anyway because John Powell scored it. So
Wasn't there a bit of drama with the director as well?
Yeah,
Or-
because apparently Olivia Wilde, the director, is like not best friends with Florence Pugh or some shit like that. Because Florence Pugh is just refusing to do press and like show up for this movie.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of people,
because she's shooting June.
yeah, well, one because she's in Dune, and that's most likely the reason why she didn't show up. But people are like fueling speculation as to, like, oh, like she was like she used to date Zach Braff, and Zach Braff is friends with like Jason Sudeikis, and like she's mad that like Olivia Wilde is like, you know, fucking Harry Styles behind like Jason's back and blah 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 blah. Like, who the fuck gives a shit about any of this? Like, just
Oh my god.
what matters is like a movie is being made. Just watch the fucking movie. Like, I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. Like, just none of this is verified. None of this is
Yeah.
true.
Apparently,
Yeah.
the movie's not even that good.
Probably not, because I didn't love Booksmart. I thought Booksmart was like fine. So whatever. This will probably be sort of the same thing.
Yeah. Booksmart
then
was
appar-
good, but this looks different, so I don't know how
Yeah.
they'll be able to handle
Yeah.
this kind of thing. But we'll see.
I saw IndieWire's review of it. They gave it like a C minus or
Is
something.
it purely because Olivia Wilde fired Shia LaBeouf and she refuses to answer questions about it for some reason?
No, they just said it was really shit.
Oh, that too, I guess. Why was that a big deal? Like, people had conflicting reasons as to why Shia LaBeouf loved the movie. Like, again, I don't understand why anyone gives a fuck.
It
I
doesn't
don't know why anyone
matter.
cares about Shia.
Yeah, it's
LaBeouf
just
and
Shia
people in this
LaBeouf.
day
Like,
and
it's
age.
just the Transformers guy. Are we really making a big deal about this?
Yeah.
Apparently,
Last time Shia LaBeouf was relevant was He Will Not
apparently,
Defend Us.
like Shia LaBeouf, Shia LaBeouf. I don't know how to say his fucking name.
Cannibal
Apparently, he
Shia LaBeouf,
lied
yeah.
about like some of the traumatic shit that was explored in this film called Honey Boy. That was
Yeah,
kind
the,
of like a biopic of him. That's kind of funny, but also kind of
Yeah,
shit. Like
that's weird as fuck. Like,
yeah.
like the
He
whole point
lied
of,
about his dad being abusive or something.
yeah.
That's
I don't know.
weird. A
I
whole bunch
wasn't
of
really-
random drama that doesn't mean anything to us
Doesn't
because we don't know
matter.
them.
I guess it's kind of pretty good free publicity, I guess, because people are now
Yeah.
interested in the movie.
No one was talking about this film before. Now everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna
That's
go see
true.
it now because I mean, I was gonna go see it anyway because I'm somewhat intrigued by the
Gone
movie's
pal.
premise. But remember how Olivia
We
Wilde
should probably
was like,
say that we're talking about "Don't Worry, Darling." If
yeah,
anyone
don't worry,
doesn't know,
darling. Yeah, we should have made that clear. Everyone's like, "What the hell are we talking
yeah.
about?"
What movie is this?
Was anybody
Yeah.
kind of confused when Olivia Wilde was super fixated on oh yeah, rarely in a movie does a woman get to come and get to experience pleasure in a
didn't know this was a
non-gay
thing.
way. I was like, what the fuck are
I
you
didn't
talking
even
about?
see
Like
that. What
no,
was she going on about?
I'll send you guys a link later. It was so weird. She was really weirdly fixated on this, and it was a sharp contrast to what Florence Pugh was saying. It's yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sex in it, but that's not the reason why I make movies. It's not watching Harry Styles go down on me. That's not the reason why I make movies. It's it's such weird conflicting viewpoints on this whole thing. It's who the fuck do I believe or give a shit? It's I don't know.
Sounds like she just wants to make porn or something.
Yeah, at that rate, just make. Well, Boogie Nights is about porn, but there isn't much sex in that, so I guess. Fuck, I don't know. Well, I don't have anything
Yeah.
else to say about this. It's stupid.
Yeah, let's just
That's
go
all.
on to the movies.
Boring.
Honestly.
Yeah,
Let's talk about movies.
yeah. Speaking
Speaking
of
of new
movies,
movies,
Nothing much has happened. Yeah, no.
yeah. Speaking of sexiness, we saw 3,000 Years of Longing, the new George Miller film. The movie is about. It's basically an R-rated version of Aladdin.
Genie.
It stars Tilda
Aladdin
Swinton.
2019, but if it was good.
Yeah, exactly. And it stars
That's a trip.
Tilda Swinton as a English professor who finds this bottle, and when she cleans it, it opens and it reveals Idris Elba as a genie. And he tells her, bro, you gotta make 3 wishes. And then he kind of tells a story about how he got into the bottle and the idea of mythology behind genies and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I thought this was a ton of fun, but what did you guys think?
I find with George Miller's non-Mad Max stuff, I think he can be kind of hit or miss. And I think this one is more of a hit.
so
for
you
me.
don't love Happy Feet?
Yeah, you don't love Babe, Pig in the City?
Listen, man. I love Babe, but not Babe Pig in the City.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever actually seen Happy Feet.
What?
Oh, what?
the young-
I haven't... You're the youngest person here. How have you not...
Yeah.
I guess it was
Happy Feet
before
was
my time.
before Jules' time.
2006.
You've seen
that
Shrek,
was
but
when
you
I was
haven't
a
seen-
baby, a literal baby.
Yeah, but Shrek came out before this. How have you seen Shrek but not
I guess
Happy
Shrek's
Feet?
kind of iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cultural legacy of Happy Feet is monumental.
Yeah, but I had a ton of fun with this. I totally get what you mean, because if a movie is not a Mad Max film, George Miller can be kind of hit or miss, or even just the Mad Max film in general, because I don't really like Beyond Thunderdome that much. That was the one
Yeah,
with
nah,
the
that one's-
Master
that one's a
Blaster
mistake.
and
Tina
Tina Turner, I think her name was 2 people go in, two people enter, 1 person exits, some stupid shit like that. But I had a lot of fun with this one. It was a lot of, this movie was basically like a better version of Sam Raimi's like Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness, because there was a lot of
My
like
friend made that comparison
really
as well.
trippy. Yeah, because there was a lot of really trippy visuals that really felt engrossing to me. Like there were a lot of like really awesome camera work. Like it almost felt Sam Raimi in that sense, where it's like it does a lot of zooms and like it like even during like
around.
normal like scenes, yeah, lots of panning where it's like that scene where we follow like Tilda Swinton just like doing her average things, like getting out of the shower and like brushing her teeth and shit like that. Like it didn't cut at any point during those sections, so it's like I really loved how well directed and how well coordinated this movie is, and like the visuals themselves are fucking awesome. You know, like the actual magic shit. Like I remember there was this specific scene that happened where it was the second story that Idris Elba's character was saying, and there was this really like creepy visual where like a fucking spider just like lays a fucking egg, and it just sort of like goes like, oh, don't follow me, you're a djinn, you're not welcome here, and blah blah blah. Yeah. Like that felt like pure Mad Max like craziness shit, and like I loved how insane the movie got, like especially in terms of stuff like
The ghost in the audience.
yeah, like ghosts, and it's like liar and shit like that. It was so much fun, and it did kind of read this fine line, sort of like a Sam Raimi movie, where it's like I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be laughing with the movie or at the movie, but I think that's what makes it like kind of like endearing in terms of like this is just a lot of crazy shit that's happening, but I was like it's what kept me in the movie, I guess, is what I'm saying. So
Yeah. I liked it. I think it was, yeah, I think the visuals are definitely it's the movie's like best part. And I just it just didn't fully win me over. Like I wasn't fully into it. A big part of this film is that it's all about storytelling. It's all about like the characters expressing their stories, and the genie like saying all these like random stories of his past and stuff like that. And even how like the movie is presented in ways that like relates to like storytelling. Like there's uses of narration, and even like the characters, they speak in this like very rhythmic kind of way, like as if they're literally telling a story. I mean, they are literally telling a story at points. Like
yeah,
the
the opening is just
Yeah.
like a fucking narration. It's like, this, let me tell you the story. Like, and
Yeah.
even though this is real life, I'm gonna tell it like a fan. Like, I
Yeah.
thought that was like pretty consistent throughout. Like, I liked how the movie was structured in that way.
Yeah, I liked that element of it, but like it just sucks that this movie all about storytelling just felt like it just had like a kind of a muddled plot towards the end, and
Yeah.
some pacing issues that just
Yeah.
that
I didn't
just,
like how it was like Lord of the Rings, where it ended like 7 times.
Yeah,
I was
gonna say that.
yeah, I was like really struggling to pinpoint where exactly it was going to end, because like they leave the hotel, and I was like, okay, it's going to end when they leave the hotel, and then they go back to their house, and then it's like, okay, is it going to end soon? And then there's like,
There's some racist women.
yeah,
there as well.
Yeah.
yeah, and then
Idris Elba plays
the
soccer.
racist things.
Yeah.
yeah, and then there's like a whole bunch of random stuff and it kind of keeps going and keeps going, and I'm like, okay,
If it goes to black so many times, and I was like,
yeah,
is it gonna end?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
like-
movie kept tricking me in terms of when it was gonna end. I was like, dude, you
I know.
can't keep doing this to me.
yeah, and after like the third fade to black, I was like, okay, I think I'm done now, guys. Like, this is a movie all about storytelling, and you don't know where to conclude your story. Like, come on.
Yeah. I was almost like pulling out my phone each time to like give my rating on like Letterboxd.
And I was like, Jesus, it's not over yet, God.
Yeah.
No, I totally get what you're saying. I think that's why like I didn't love this movie either, purely because the movie just couldn't fucking end to save its life. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like when I think about when I'm thinking about this movie is just purely just all the shit that happens before the ending. Like this, not only are the visuals just sort of really crazy themselves, but like the actual stories themselves are just fucking insane. Like I think my favorite one, I loved all the stories that the Jin told in this one, but my favorite was
Yeah.
definitely like I think it was the second one with the
Oh
brothers.
yeah, second one
like,
was my favorite too.
The
second one.
there were two brothers. One is like this
Yeah.
fucking like war torn, like war crazy, power hungry mongerer.
Yeah.
Who just like fucking kills everyone and like stabs everyone in the store. And then the second one is this just fucking like fat guy who's just like he's locked in this like comfort room filled with like obese women who are like feeding him and like having sex with him, and like he's slathered with like, you know, lube, I guess I'm assuming. It's like, what the fuck is going on? This is so weird, but it's so unapologetically weird.
I love that shot of him like sitting on the throne, just like looking like wildly around.
Oh yeah. I really loved how like his like favorite mistress or whatever, the huge thick woman, like when she's taking a bath, she's like she falls down on the tablet where
She like slips, yeah.
and her ass like breaks the thing, and then that's how like the genie is freed or whatever. I'm not fat shaming or anything, by the way. I was just like, the execution of that scene was just really hilarious to me. And he's like, please make one wish, and she's like, fuck off, like my wish is for you to fuck off. And like he goes to the bottom of the ocean. Like the actual like the build up to that scene was just really hilarious. Like I was surprised how funny the movie was, like in terms of not just like weird like sort of like physical humor like that, but like actual like setup and payoff of like jokes like that. It was really hilarious. And like, man, just the idea of like the guy being like stuck in a room filled with like concubines or whatever, and she's like, you're not leaving until you blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's so weird.
Yeah, it's got a weird personality.
Yeah, but that's what I like about it. Like you know, there's a lot of flaws with the movie, to be sure, but like the movie has such like a vibrant, bold, like dynamic personality. It's like I'm kind of in awe of how like out there the movie is, because like the first and third stories are just as like weird, because they throw in a bunch of weird shit. Like the third one, like she is like the woman that she falls in love with is like so fucking smart now, and like she has like all this knowledge that like you know, he makes her quote unquote husband like, you know, I guess like coom so hard that like he's like obsessed with her or whatever. I was like, what the fuck? There was so much that I just really loved, like conceptually, you know. So
She was made a master at the art of lovecraft.
yeah. But I think like that was probably the most interesting visually as well, because there were a lot of like fucking like zoom ins. Like it was like Sam Raimi in the sense that like, you know, it zoomed in into her eye, and she's like, and she's like sort of like absorbing all the knowledge that the djinn is giving her through like the wishes and stuff like that. Like a lot of like really awesome camera work and cinematography, like that I honestly just don't get much in most movies like this. Like I didn't even get this in like, I mean, I got a little bit of it in, like, Doctor Strange, but it's, like, it's constrained by the fact that this is a fucking Marvel movie and stuff, but with this, it's, like, it just kind of goes for it. It, like, kind of swings for the fences, and I think I love that, like, about that more than anything. You know, just how, like, bold and wild the movie got. And I thought it was, like, it was well-deserved. I didn't think anything was, like, except for the ending, of course, like, which ended like 600 times. Like I didn't think anything really missed in my angle, but I don't know if you guys disagree with that or not. So.
Visual effects, I thought there were some times that it looked like utter shit.
I thought they were pretty good.
I thought they were good.
I think the one shot of like his giant toe looked a bit weird, but like besides that, I think they were
maybe
good.
it was just a problem with my theater.
Wait, which one was that? The giant toe?
I don't when he first gets like removed from the bottle or freed from the bottle, and you see like his toe in the bathroom, like in the bathroom door. That looked a bit.
I was thinking that shot where she's like standing, looking away from him, and you can like see him in the background, and it's like a very bad looking kind of green screen.
Yeah, maybe there's like a few like small elements, but like mostly, I mean, again, this is like pretty much the only thing we've been talking about, but it does does very much succeed on a visual level.
Yeah.
In many
And I thought there was
aspects.
a lot, like, in terms of story-wise, too, because, like, the movie is about, like, love, essentially. It's about, like, two people who are very distant, who are
Lovely
very
storytelling.
isolated, who desire love, and, like, I think, like, the way, maybe I'm giving the movie too much credit, but, like, I think the way that, like, their stories wraps up, because, like, how they, like, sort of get their lives intertwined and, like, fall in love, because that's her first wish, for them to fall in love. Like
I
it,
just
it,
feel
it
like
felt very paralleled
that
with
kind of
like the
came out
rest
of
of the
nowhere to
stories.
me, honestly.
I don't
Like
know. I didn't think
she
it was
kind of
that out of
Yeah,
nowhere
I
because
think I had
like
the same
it's
problem as
established.
well.
Because it's established like from the very beginning, like she's a lonely person. She doesn't have like a lot. Like she claims that she's like she doesn't have any desires, she doesn't have any wants, but like we get these flashbacks where like there's this fucking animated like paper like imaginary friend that like kept her company or some shit, and then like you could clearly
Yeah.
see how uncomfortable she is like when her ex-husband like runs off with another woman and stuff like that. It's like I don't know, like I thought it was kind of decently well set up. It made sense why like the ending happened, but I don't know, maybe I'm giving the movie too much
I think it
credit,
was just a
but
bit too rushed. Like she didn't
It was a
really.
bit abrupt.
Yeah, she didn't really seem to like have any like chemistry with the character in that regard. And then she was just randomly like, "I wish to like for us to fall in love and like that stuff, and for you to be me, my partner, and things." And I was like, "All right."
But I feel like that was a bit intentional, wasn't it? Because like I thought it was like yes, they didn't have a lot of chemistry, but that was sort of the point because like the whole point is that like you can't
Maybe.
force like love, you can't just wish someone to fall in love with you. Like that's like you can't force that to
Yeah, I
happen. Like
guess
you
that
have
makes
to like
sense.
see that naturally like grow. Like that's just something like that you have to acquire. It's not something that you can just like buy or wish for or stuff like that. And I think like in that sense, I guess I could kind of justify like the multiple endings because you can see them like slowly grow and like be more comfortable around each
Yeah, I
other
guess
and
so.
like develop like love for each other. Like it made sense in that end. Like so, I'm willing to give this movie a pass in that sense, but because of those things. But I don't know. I didn't expect to love this as much. I just wanted to see it because Mad Max, George Miller stuff. But
Yeah.
so were you guys weirded out by the fucking really gruesome deaths that happened in the movie? Like the whole like the Suleiman the Magnificent's son, like he was like he got hung by all those assassins and stuff like that, and then his sort of wife, sort of mistress gets tossed in a river in a fucking bag or whatever. That was like, what the
Oh
fuck? Like I
yeah.
was like,
I
yeah.
liked when like
Fucking
it was
Game
the
of
shot
Thrones
of like
shit.
the battlegrounds and like that one king dude like was running on the horse and just like obliterating everyone and then like jumped onto like another horse or something like
Oh yeah. It was
yeah.
like straight out of RRR or something like
Yeah,
that. It was really
literally something
fun.
like that. Like it
Yeah.
was just like a more visually interesting RRR in that scene, and it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish there was
Respect to
more.
RR.
Yeah, I wish there was more like investment in terms of the battle sequences. Not because like I'm a like dumb action bro who's like bro more action and stuff
I
like
think it was
because
good.
like the action in themselves like were just filmed so like creatively and interestingly, like the cannon shots and like the musket fires and stuff like that. Like I don't know, like I would have liked more stuff like that, like from a
I
visual
guess
sense.
so.
But yeah, I don't know. So, but. Yeah, it's a bit disjointed, but there's a lot I can forgive about the movie purely for in terms of what they're going for, like because they're constructing the movie like a fairy tale, and like fairy tales are also let's be real, they're stupid, but like they're constructed the way they are for the sake
Yeah.
of like making this cautionary tale about something, and all three stories have these cautionary tales. Like the second one was about like. Actually, no. The first one, what wasn't there four? Jesus, I'm
There was
mixing them all
three.
up now.
Three
There were
stories.
three. Yeah, because the first one is like, she's like, I'll let you have sex with me if you can get me all these things and tell me what a woman desires and blah 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 blah. I was like, this is weird, but then it got more fun after that, and I was like, hell yeah. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have much else to say about this. It was other than it was fun. So unless you guys have anything else like dying to say about this movie.
Nah,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
all good
too
to
much
wrap
to
this
say
one up.
about it.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I give
and I'm
this
gonna give
one a 6 out of 10.
this
Oh, did you
one
have more?
yeah, no, it's fine. I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. Closer to a 6 than an 8. Because yeah, I'm recognizing that like there are a lot of flaws, and I'm probably giving this movie a bit more credit than it actually deserves. But I don't know.
No, fuck it. You liked it, whatever.
I had fun. Yeah, I liked
Yeah.
it for what it was. Yeah, so I'm giving it a 7. Yeah, so fuck you guys. Yeah, not you guys, just our audience. Yeah, so
Our audience, yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Did you give your rating for this?
Oh, did I? Oh shit. What did I even rate this? 6 out of 10 for me.
Nice.
We're on
Yeah.
the same page for everything on this podcast, Luca.
Are we really?
Yeah. Yeah,
we-
and I
we-
guess
we get same
the
rating
next
for
3
every
films.
film.
Oh wait. Oh shit. This is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I guess the next 3 films are confirm that more than anything. So
Okay. Jules.
So you want to
Do
get
it.
into
Okay.
a recommendation?
Let's
Yeah.
get into it. My recommendation, a trilogy called Pirates of the Caribbean.
The trilogy.
The
original
There's no
Gore
others
Verbinski
that
trilogy.
exist.
Yeah, no
Gore
other
Verbinski
movies. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
No other movies exist.
Yeah, no Blackbeards and no Javier Bardem
Javier
Ghost
Bardem.
Pirates. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, this is the Gore Verbinski's Pirates trilogy,
Woo!
which I really love. Most people who know me just are shocked whenever they find that out, because they're like, really, with like your critical taste, like that's the thing, that's the big blockbuster thing you're a fanboy of, and I'm like, yeah. So,
Honestly,
Really,
same,
I would say
Jules,
that like a
same.
lot of people around our age love these movies because like we all like saw these movies when we were relatively young. So like I wouldn't be surprised if everyone had the same opinion you guys have. So I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should we start with the first one, Curse of the Black Pearl?
Sure. Do you want to give a
The
rundown
best
of Curse of the Black Pearl? Yeah.
Yes, there's this pirate called Jack Sparrow who teams up with Legolas
Captain
to
Jack
say-
Sparrow.
Captain,
Captain
Jules.
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
my
Don't
bad,
forget
I'm
the
not a true
captain.
fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a true fan. Teams up with Legolas to save, not Natalie Portman, who was kidnapped by Jeffrey Rush, or Captain Barbossa and his crew of skeleton undead pirates. And
Because they're trying to return Aztec gold or fucking whatever.
Aztec
so.
gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you
Awesome
think?
movie.
Awesome fucking
Yeah.
movie.
Really, really fun. Like very, very nostalgic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Truly.
Because like I said, I haven't seen these movies in so long. There are things about this movie that I still had kernels of like a memory of, and when I revisit them and I like was reintroduced to them, like the thing, if there was one thing that I definitely remember from this movie, it's like the reveal of like all the fucking like skeleton ghosts, like pirate crewmen in that like sort
Yeah.
of Disney theme park ride section. Like I was like terrified by that section when I was younger, so when I revisit that, I was like, wow, this is kind of like very like nicely coordinated and like and
Technically.
cool. Like it was really cool. Yeah.
Technically, one of the best adaptations ever made.
Yeah, technically,
theme
because it's
park
based on a
ride
fucking theme park ride.
to
yeah.
movie.
And then
Like-
20 years later, they tried it again with Jungle Cruise.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
God.
that just turned out real great. Yeah, and they actually made a previous theme park ride movie before this. They made the Country Bears or fucking whatever it was
Oh
called,
my fuck.
and
That
it's
was a theme
awful.
park?
Like, yeah, that's a theme park, and I had the DVD of that movie when I was younger, so I remember seeing the film, and I remember it was pure trash. It's like, and I was like a dumb kid, and if I thought it was stupid, then like I can't imagine what most people would think. But this is an actually good like adaptation. Like for
Yeah.
starters, like the actual like character of Jack Sparrow, at least in the
Amazing.
beginning of these movies, is amazing. Like
Iconic.
so. Like really great, like so much so that Johnny Depp actually got an Oscar nomination for this movie.
Best
Like that's
actor,
how it's
Really?
like,
yeah.
yeah,
What?
Yeah, he got a Best Actor nomination, like because it was that great. Like I
That's
was
so
like,
based.
Yeah,
That is
and,
so
I mean,
amazing.
I mean, the movie itself.
The movie
yeah,
was
the movie
just so
itself
good
was
that
like
they just
nominated
had
for a
to
bunch
nominate
of.
I know it
Yeah,
was
they had to nominate for
like a
Johnny Depp.
technical like Marvel at the Oscars, but best
Yeah.
actor, that's so
I know.
amazing. Holy
Every
fuck.
time I revisit that fact, I was like, wow, like Johnny Depp actually got a nomination for this
No, but
movie, and like
it's-
the craziest thing is that like they didn't actually want Johnny Depp originally for the role. Like I think like they said like
What?
one of the choices they wanted was like Matthew McConaughey or something
Oh.
like that, or because they wanted like a Burt Lancaster type. In fact, like I remember I looked this up. I looked some information up about the movie. Like apparently they wrote the character of Jack Sparrow for Hugh Jackman in mind, which is why they called him Jack Sparrow. But like he wasn't like famous outside of his native Australia. Like he wasn't that big yet.
This
So
was
like
like,
they were like,
Wolverine
fuck
time.
it, Johnny Depp, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
No,
sure they
but-
were making the movie around the time of like when the X-Men films came out. So like, there was nothing they can do on that end.
Yeah,
but
but-
yeah, I was surprised like Matthew McConaughey, like how the fuck would that work for Jack Black? Sorry, Jack Sparrow, not
If
Jack
you really
Black.
want to see, Hugh Jackman do like a Jack Sparrow kind of
No.
character, watch Pan 2015.
Oh god.
Oh
Stop.
god, yeah, that's a terrible reminder. Well, actually, like the reason why Johnny Depp, I feel like his performance worked, because that wasn't even like how the character was like, I guess, written in the script. Because like I said, they wanted like sort of like a Errol Flynn, Burt Lancaster, like Robin Hood type like hero with Jack Sparrow. But when Johnny Depp approached the role, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna do some weird shit. Like I'm gonna base my performance off of like Keith Richards and stuff like that. And like apparently Gore Verbinski and the rest of the cast were like so surprised by that. They were like, holy shit! Like just keep doing that. Like we love
Yeah.
this shit. Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
it really,
This is
really
awesome.
works because, like, while everyone else is just kind of really, everyone is two things: either they're just over the top craziness, like Barbossa's character, or they're just like sort of like straightforward, like straight men like Legolas and like basically the rest of the British Royal Navy, basically. So like seeing like fucking hipster weirdo pirate in these movies like makes for great comedic relief, I think. And I think that's the best part about the movie, the whole like Jack Sparrow doing fucking weird antics in a mostly straightforward serious pirate adventure. I think like that's the biggest strength of the movie, along with like Gore Verbinski's like presence in the film, because I love Gore Verbinski, like I love Rango. And like I don't think he's as talented as like a Sam Raimi or a Peter Jackson, in the sense that like they were horror directors and then they sort of like became big by like making these like big budget fantasy like family friendly adventures. Like yeah, but like I think like there's still a lot of horror elements in this movie that I honestly forgot about, that I was kind of surprised by. Like obviously the skeletons, of course, but the actual
It's a very dark Disney film.
yeah, exactly. Like the things that they could get away with. I was typing in the group chat the whole like blacksmith hands, like they can get rough, and Keira Knightley's like, don't stop.
Yeah,
I was I was laughing.
Yeah.
and the proposal where it's like, yeah, it's like you could either eat dinner with the captain or you can eat dinner with the crew, and you'll be wearing nothing. And I was like, yeah, I was like, is this like a gang rape joke? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what the implication is, right?
I guess so, yeah. And like the actual death of Barbossa, and this is another thing that like was vividly stuck in my head, because I remember that death scene very, very well. Like the whole like he opens his chest and like the bullet wound like bleeds and stuff like that. I thought like that was like really, really cool and like very, very like satisfying death. So, but I don't know. I've been speaking too much. Yeah, you guys include your thoughts about the movie. Yeah.
I don't think we've even mentioned the amazing, amazing action that this film has.
Yeah, holy, and
Because, like,
soundtrack.
it's
Yeah,
so
the
good,
music
like-
in this movie is fucking iconic. Like we were like humming it before, but like it's that good.
Hans Zimmer's best,
we were
probably.
talking
Like
before the
honestly.
recording started. That was
Yeah, like I think that's what made those action scenes like more fun, because of the score. Because
Yeah.
like the first action scene where like Jack Sparrow like holds not Natalie Portman like hostage, and he does his like Scooby-Doo bullshit like to like get away, and like and they play the dun 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 like during that chase scene. Like it was the score helped a lot of the action scenes so much, and like it honestly got me invested in those action scenes in the first place. It's like if the score wasn't here, the action would just mean nothing to me, but because like the music helps like complement and enhance the action, like I'm so much more invested because of how great the music is.
I took like no notes during the third act just because I was like enjoying myself so much that I just forgot about it. Like I was just so drawn into like the action.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to slip something in there while you were talking about Jack Sparrow still, but I...
Sorry, yeah, please, but go, please.
Yeah,
speak your
no,
mind.
he truly is such an iconic fucking character. Like even in this movie, like, he's a main character, sure, but like the story of most of these movies isn't even about him. Like, it's about Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann's bullshit,
Which
like
is
most
the
of the time.
worst part of the movie. The worst part. It's so boring. I don't give a shit at all.
But like just the way they introduce him, like with like that boat that's sinking and the music, like they know that this is the star of the show. Even though like the movies are about like fucking Elizabeth Swann and Will Turner's bullshit and like their dumb marriage and stuff like that, the movie knows that like Captain Jack Sparrow is here to steal the fucking show, and he for sure does that. I love that opening scene of him like walking onto the dock with the boat that's like sunk into the fucking water at this point. It's fucking amazing. And like,
I mean, practically that scene made no sense. Like, what the fuck was pulling like the boat down? But I don't know. I guess it makes for cool shots.
He must have had like a hole or something in his boat. I don't know. It's Jack Sparrow. Who gives a fuck? Like,
yeah, it's a Disneyfication of pirates.
Really, like, a thing in these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking about the boats and stuff, like I know I love this movie. I knew I was gonna watch it again and love it. Like, I hadn't watched it in a while, and I hadn't watched the other two in even longer. This one is kind of one that I revisit quite a bit.
Me too. Yeah.
But I didn't actually appreciate this movie like just on a filmmaking level, and all of these movies, at least until today. Yeah, honestly, like they're never gonna make a movie like this, or the second one, or maybe even the third one ever again. Like, the production design is just there on a phenomenal level. Like, there's like little towns and docks and like harbor cities and fucking giant
were clearly
ships and
built.
cannons and all of these movies, and like, it's honestly amazing, like, what they did. Like no one's ever gonna do this again. Like, no one is gonna put this much effort again into creating something.
People
like
are too fucking lazy. Like, they just blue screen the fuck out of everything.
The only person who puts this much like effort into like production design is like Wes Anderson.
Yeah, literally. Like, it's absolutely amazing. Like, it's honestly fantastic. And like I mean,
maybe it's because
yeah.
Maybe it's because it's based on a ride. And rides usually have like very detailed like production design.
That makes sense. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
It definitely feels like a theme park experience, like this whole thing. Like,
I think that's what I liked about the movie. It's that, like, if it didn't constantly grind halt for stupid bullshit like Will and like Elizabeth's like dumb like love plot line that I don't give a shit about.
I don't even mind
like,
that bad.
The movie is like, is this exhilarating? Because it's constantly, it's honestly like action scene after action scene after action scene, but it doesn't feel like overwhelming, I guess, because like you have these like little characters that like make those action scenes more fun. Like, because Jack Sparrow is doing it, and like, you know, like the first like duel between like Jack Sparrow and like Will Turner or whatever, like the antics, they're like their witty back and forth banter. It's like, that's what what helps like keep me invested in that particular action scene, because like it kind of reveals character too, because like when Jack
It's not
Sparrow,
just two characters like banging swords with each other.
yeah, like when Jack Sparrow's like pointing the gun or whatever, he's like, "This ain't for you, Savvy," or fucking whatever, you know, because like he's yeah, and then like and then when he finally shoots the bullet, like, and beforehand that action scene is super fun. Like when Barbossa stabs Jack, and like it's revealed he's also like an undead ghost zombie skeleton or whatever. He's like, "Sorry, mate, I couldn't resist." Like things like that were just really fun.
Amazing.
I was like, great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was anyone
speaking of
surprised?
Movie, it's like,
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
it's like I was gonna say it's almost like it's like 2 hours long, but it feels like it's almost like feels like super short because it's just constantly moving. Like
Yeah. I'll let Luka say her thing, and then I'll get to my thing. Yeah.
I mean, we were just speaking about like the line delivery and stuff, and like there's actually this film is rarely self-aware, and there's like a lot of continuity that is like kept throughout all of these movies, which is great. Like a lot of visual gags and jokes that are referenced, like that I picked up on that were really funny, but some of like just like this film in particular is like really self-aware, like it knows what it is, and there's like a lot of funny things that kind of poke fun at like the time frame and stuff like this, and just like fantasy pirate kind of tales. One of the notable scenes where Elizabeth Swann, she's like in the house and like the pirates are raiding, and she like grabs for a sword on the mantelpiece, and then the whole mantelpiece is just fucking fake, and it's a fake sword. Like that's really fun. And then like
I didn't really find that gag real funny, if I'm being honest. That's just like a cliche in most movies like this. I don't think it's like them being self-aware or anything like that. Yeah. But it's funny you mentioned that, because the build up to that, where he like one of the goons, it's like, "Hello there," and like shoots a guy in the fucking face. I was like, I forgot how violent the action scenes were. I mean, like as violent as you can get in a PG-13 Disney movie, but like I was surprised how much they could get away in terms of the action scenes. Like when people are shooting people in the fucking face and like stabbing people, and like, well, I mean PG-13 stabbing people, because you don't actually see quote unquote like people getting stabbed or whatever, but it's like a lot of implied like death and violence, especially with those like cannon shots when the Black Pearl is like shooting the shit out of like the English base and stuff like that. It's like I was surprised, like
they show a child almost dying.
Yeah, a child almost died, and we'll get into child deaths later in this trilogy. I was surprised how violent the action scenes were getting. I was like, damn, I don't remember this at all, you know? So
yeah, just another
like the little like
really funny self-aware kind of thing was when Jack was in the prison, and like all the prisoners were like saying stuff about the Black Pearl and like Barbossa's crew, and how whenever they attack, like they leave no survivors, and then Captain Jack Sparrow is just like, well, then where do the stories come from? Like just like fun little things like that. Like he always has like a perfect response like for everything. Like it's fantastic. I love it so much. Yeah,
I know we're just creaming our pants about this movie, but I do have like legitimate flaws with the film. Unless you guys had anything more to say, because I have some pretty major issues. You guys,
I was gonna say,
sorry, yeah, go.
I was gonna say, I love the little like side plot contained action scenes. Like the one I'm thinking of is like the governor just like battling the little like crawling hand and like the camera.
Oh yeah. That was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know that apparently that scene was like created like on set while they were shooting that?
Oh,
just
wow.
to like try and like because you know like Norrington is kind of like he's kind of like an asshole the entire movie. Like the audience doesn't feel like particular like sympathy for him. Like but
sure.
So they just made that scene to give like more sympathy to like the British people just dying on the ship. You know, we'll just throw some fun shit in here.
Oh, so that was kind of like made up on the spot sort of thing.
Yeah, that was made up on the spot, basically.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. I actually I had one
Yeah,
more
so
like
get into your
positive.
criticisms.
Well, I had one more like positive thing I wanted to say. There were a lot of actually like really cool shots in the movie that I completely forgot. Like
Yeah.
when the fucking like skeletons are like walking like underwater, like they're walking like to the ship
is the
and like to
best part of
crawl
the
up
movie.
like that. I was like I forgot how well shot the movie is. It's like it's classic Gore Verbinski shit. Like, just like
Yeah.
getting those like really cool shots like that. That was really fun. Anyway, like, so I had some like major flaws with the movie. Like, Jules, you mentioned how like the movie doesn't feel like it's like 2.5 hours long, which is how long the movie is. Like, this is going to be more of an issue for me in the later films, but I definitely felt the runtime of this movie at a certain point. Like when there are so many fucking like swords swinging at each other and like gun shooting, it's like at a certain point I was like, okay, like the movie has to end at a certain point. Like this is going on for way too long. And it doesn't help that like the movie's kind of filled with all these like unfunny side characters, like the prison, like the guards are just like, no, the Black Pearl, like no, the Interceptor is the fastest ship, no, the Black Pearl is the fastest ship, and blah 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 blah. And then you have those like two like goons who are just like the bald one and like
Nah,
the
they're
tall skinny
great.
one. I don't know. I
They're
don't find their
great, yeah.
antics funny at all. It's like my eye. I gotta find a better eye, and all this other stuff.
Parlay.
I don't know. Parlay. Yeah. I mean,
love that.
I mean, yeah, the stuff with like them and like the dresses, like yeah, that's not really that funny.
it's
but
really
I like
stupid.
those
Yeah.
characteristics.
I mean, I think they felt intimidating enough as like side villains, where it's like I can forgive stuff like that, but like when they just become full blown like cartoon characters in the second and third one, I just don't like give a shit anymore. But we'll get into that later. But like I said, I don't give a fuck about like Will Turner and like shit, what's her name, Elizabeth Swann, and all this stuff. Like when like they stopped the movie like at a certain point where it's like, yeah, like Bootstrap Bill, I knew Bootstrap Bill, like he was a pirate and a good man, and it's like, no, you take that back, you fucking asshole. And he like knocks him out with the sailors, like, look, Bootstrap Bill was a good man and a pirate, and that's a fact, and facts don't give a shit about your fucking feelings, and blah 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 blah, all this stuff. It's like, are we really stopping the movie for shit like this? Like, come on, like let's get back to the action, let's get back to like the things that are actually exciting. And like, and again, we'll get into this in the sequels, but like this is what I just despise about these movies. It's like they build this like fucking epic Lord of the Rings mythology in these movies where it's like I don't give a shit about any of this. Like I just want to like what I like about the movie is like the technical aspects, like the filmmaking and the actual like action scenes. Like every time the movie stops for shit like this, it's like I don't care about any of this. Like I just want to like move on. Like I know I'm in the minority when I say that, but like I don't know. Like what I like about this movie, and it's why it's my favorite one of the three, it's like the exhilarating like fun pirate swashbuckling action that's like persistent from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Like that's what I like more than anything. So but
I'll throw in one more criticism.
sure, yeah.
Like in the second and third one, the visual effects, which we'll talk about on like Davy Jones, are so good. Like they've aged incredibly well. But I think there are bits of this movie where like some of the visual effects on like the skeletons
Yeah.
like, haven't aged
Yeah,
that
they
well.
didn't age very. I mean, they don't look awful.
I still think they look good.
Yeah, they don't look
decent,
awful,
yeah.
but like they
But
look a
I-
bit dated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you mentioned that because there were these really cool moments like during the last fight scene where like when Barbossa and Jack Sparrow were dueling each other, like every time they like just quickly or subtly like enter the moonlight, they become skeletons for a bit before transitioning back to like
so great.
real people. Like lots of great filmmaking on this end from Gore Verbinski. Like I really appreciated stuff like that. Yeah. So, Luka, did you have any criticisms or anything like that? You've been mostly
Nope, this is the
positive,
best movie
strangely.
ever made. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, in terms of criticisms, sure, they're there, but like, I still love this movie a lot. Like, truly, so much. Like, it doesn't matter what I give it out of 10. I still fucking love this movie. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
I
an
understand,
unhealthy
yeah.
amount, but
Yeah.
like,
It's a 10 out of 10.
like
for
it's
enjoyment.
cheesy and like it's silly at points, definitely, and there is
Oh, but that's what's so fun about it because
Yeah,
it's so
I
cheesy
know.
and silly. Yeah.
yeah, and like that's what kind of makes it great. Like there's like lots of other movies that like wouldn't be able to balance this like sense of cheese and like sense of grand like spectacle, like fucking amazing action horror too. Yeah, like
Yeah, this felt very similar to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy.
yeah, like I kind of rarely got that like vibe from it too, and I was like, yeah, like it just like put me like just time traveled me back to like that era of filmmaking where you had to like make practical sets and shit like that.
You actually had to tell a good story and give a
Yeah.
shit about like the filmmaking and like the action scenes and stuff, like, and not this like CG bullshit. Like yeah, it's like maybe that's why I feel so nostalgic about this movie, because I remember
Yeah, same.
a time like when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, where like the dominant way to make movies like this were just like these big big budget blockbusters is like actually building all these sets, like having interesting likable characters that you give a shit about, and like actual interesting filmmaking to get you hooked. Because like the movie was like, the filmmaking, it reminded me of stuff like the Lord of the Rings trilogy or like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, where it's like lots of dynamic filmmaking and camera work that like help enhance, you know, the action scenes and the story, along with like great music, great visuals, stuff like that. It's like it's kind of this sort of thing is lacking in movies like this, you know. It's like I don't get shit like this anymore, you know. Where's the next generation of like Gore Verbinskis and like Sam Raimis and like Peter Jacksons in our time
Yeah,
to make
right.
movies like this? Yeah,
It's like they all blend together with like that sense of like style. I don't know what it is, but it's like something you see in like Sam Raimi, Lord of the Rings, these kind of movies. I think it's just like generic premise, generic thing that people like, but just cranked up to the max and is actually really great. Like
yeah. And it's why like the fourth and fifth Pirates movies suck fucking balls, because it's like they don't have like the investment or the passion or like the filmmaking craft that like Gore Verbinski put into these first three movies, you know. So
yeah, but we should probably move on to the next
yeah,
one.
I'm done talking about this one. Yeah, do you want to give
Yeah.
our ratings before the next one?
Yeah, I want to get into the second one.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, I this is where the most contentious one, I guess, for us.
Okay,
will be,
ratings
but
for the first one though, guys.
I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10. It's a bit low purely because of how much I love and gushed about it, but I think that's it's like a high 6 out of 10. Like this is a very favorable 6 out of 10 for me. Yeah. So.
Okay. Jules.
Yeah, I'll give this one a 7 out of 10. I really like it. It's great.
Yeah,
great.
I'm
It's the
I'm there
perfect
too. 7 out of
definition
10. Even though I sounded like this was the best thing ever made, it's not. But even though I give it a 7 out of, maybe an 8. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Like
Yeah,
it's
who gives a shit? If
fantastic
you
and I
like it,
love
you like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So whatever.
Well,
The
we
best
wanna
7
get
out of
into,
10 ever.
Yeah, it's the best 6 to 7 out of 10 movie ever. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Dead
It's
Man's
the real
Chest.
meat and potatoes. Pirates
Yeah.
of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
I'm
All
ready to
right.
get you guys to stab me over this one. Yeah. So,
I saw your rating, Timmy, and I just want you to know you are wrong and you are a hater.
We'll
hey,
get
look,
to that later.
we'll get to that later. But like I said, I'm happy
guess
for
I
you guys
can-
to convince me otherwise. Yeah, you can.
I'll start
you
this
can,
one off. Okay. So this movie is it's the second installment in the pirate franchise, where we learn a bit more about Will Turner and his father, who's aboard the Flying Dutchman, that's helmed by Davy Jones.
SpongeBob?
This this evil dude. Wait,
sorry,
what?
I just had to make that. I said SpongeBob. Sorry, keep going.
No, it's all good. So yeah, Davy. So it's pretty much Jack gets like this curse or some shit, and like he has to look for this key he has to look for the key to save himself from the Kraken, because Davy Jones sent like the Kraken after him, and like he needs to get the key to Davy Jones's heart, which is locked in a chest, which is like hidden, and it's just all of them like frantically betraying each other and working together, and in this like big cycle
It's a
to like
giant race.
try get
Yeah,
this heart
it's a-
of Davy Jones, which is located in the chest. I
It's like
did an
speed
awful
running a
job
treasure hunt. Yeah.
explaining
speed running
that.
a
It's a giant race.
But-
between,
No,
like,
that's a
all
pretty
these
decent
characters
job,
and,
yeah.
like, factions
Yeah.
and
But this
motivations to get
movie-
this chest.
This movie
Yeah.
surprised me. Okay, I had
Sure.
I had this at a
Tell us.
at a 5 out of 10 before rewatching it. I did not remember thinking of it so fondly when I was younger, I thought like I only really liked the first Pirates movie, but this movie fucking blew me out of the water.
Really? Wow.
It was so much goddamn fun, on par with the first, honestly. Like, I think I remember it being a lot more slow, but like it gets into the shit. We already on that cannibal island, amazing action sequence. We already meet Davy Jones like super early on, amazing shit there, and like it just goes for it. It just goes, and
I'll let you finish. Yeah.
I love that. Like,
yeah. So yeah, I guess my thoughts, like, so I also had this as a 5 out of 10, and I was like, okay, you guys are weirdly like really positive about this movie, so maybe I'm just like missing something. Maybe I'm just like seeing this the wrong way. So like I gave it another chance, and like I was like I don't know, I just came to the same conclusions that I did the last time I saw this. The movie is just as long as the first one, and yet nothing happened as much compared to this. Like, literally, no. So, the first 40 minutes, like, you could honestly cut the first 40 minutes out of this movie. Literally, wouldn't change a thing. It would not change the plot whatsoever. Like, you mentioned, like, no, it's not fun. At least for me, it's not fun. Like, because here's the thing, like, and I think this is like the beginning of the end of the downfall of like the Jack Sparrow character, because when he's like doing all this like impractical shit, like, you know, like doing these like huge, he survives by crashing through all these bridges, and like somehow he isn't like splattered into a million pieces. Like I understand that like this movie doesn't take itself seriously, but like there was a sense of like groundedness, and like there were actual stakes in the first one, where it's like there was still some sense of like urgency to everything. Here it's like people are just dicking around on a cannibal island, and like 40 minutes have passed and barely anything like meaningful to the plot has happened. Like you mentioned, like Davy Jones was like introduced real quick. I don't get that at all. He wasn't introduced till like halfway through this movie. Like, you don't see Davy Jones as a character until a literal hour into the movie. And like
really?
I like a lot of
these built faster for me. Like, yeah.
I guess he's built up, but it's like, I don't know, like, for me, if I had never seen this movie before and I had no idea who Davy Jones was, like, I kind of need more than just, oh yeah, you paid your debts, you gotta pay your dues or fucking whatever. Like, I don't know, like, that doesn't mean anything to me if I had never seen this movie before. Like, I need something more to like ground myself. And because this movie takes fucking forever to like get to like the actual introduction of Davy Jones's character, it's like, what are we doing? Like the Cannibal Island scene, I understand it's fun for you guys, and yeah, it got a little entertaining at certain points, but I was like, this is not adding anything to the movie. Like, if you cut this out, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the plot. It doesn't change the characters in any way. It's like,
I think it was an integral part.
It's like a fun antics. I want you guys to tell me what this adds to the movie, because I don't see the relevance or point of this cannibals. Yeah, so
okay, Jules.
Jules,
we
yeah,
gotta make
like,
up some bullshit now.
Yeah, so I gotta explain, like, oh god, I just
yeah,
so
woo
the
me.
thing with this movie is like, I don't even know like why I think this is just my ultimate guilty pleasure movie. Like, this movie like haunts me. Like, I think, I mean, really, Curse of the Black Pearl is probably the superior one, the best one.
Sure,
but just,
yeah.
I'm drawn to this movie like so much, and like, I don't know, like, I still cannot pinpoint, like, to this day, from like when I was a kid, like, why I like this one so much. And yeah, but I think you're wrong, Timmy, about the Cannibal Island shit.
Okay.
Because, like, I think everything does have like because it's like more of like a race to get to this chest. It's like, oh, what's the purpose of it? Why do we need to get out of this scene so we can start looking for the key? Why do we need to look for the key so we can get the chest? Why do we need the chest? Because we don't want Davy Jones to kill Jack Sparrow or whatever.
You know what
Like,
would have been great, instead
every
of the Cannibal Island thing, actually spending extra time building Davy Jones's character? Like, I don't know. I feel like that could have been a better use of time than whatever the hell happened there. Am I wrong? Like,
Yes,
I don't
you
think
are
I'm
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah, it kind of suffers from the.
I think they build him
it
up
kind of
really
suffers
well
from the
with
fact
the
that
time
they
that
they
has.
wrote this as like a 2-part installment.
Yeah, and that's
because they
that's
kind of
the
continue
issue.
his character into the next film, which that bit is kind of like awful. I hate how like I guess this one is kind
We'll get
of
into
like
the
you have
third
to
one.
watch the sequel as well to this one.
It's
to,
the
like, get
Matrix
full
Reloaded
experience.
of Pirates movies. Like, you have to watch this one in order to watch the third one. It's like
Yeah.
it's an unnecessary thing to ask for.
It's kind of like Avengers: Infinity War in a way.
Yeah, I guess so. Just not as fun, but equally as long.
Yeah, I'd say Avengers: Infinity War is better than this.
And
What? No.
I don't know how much you guys agree with me, but I think that the biggest issue with the film is bringing back Orlando Bloom and not Natalie Portman. Like, okay, excluding my feelings
Yeah, she's
out of
the-
this entire situation about them from the first film, they had an arc in the first film. Like, their story is done. It was fulfilled. They rescued the girl and they'll happily get married. But for some goddamn reason, rather than just introducing new characters to go on these adventures with Jack Sparrow, they not only bring them back, but they make these like convoluted fucking backstories and like unnecessarily expand on their characters, because I never cared about these characters to begin with. But now we're getting this like scene where like Orlando Bloom like reunites with his dad, and his dad like, you know, whips him out of compassion, and then like he has to build his relationship with Bootstrap. It's like, I don't give a shit about any of this, because like Will Turner is not an interesting character just to begin with, and yet he's given way more screen time than he was in the first one. Elizabeth is given way more screen time in the first one, and like she's not as like fun in the third one, and we'll get into that later. Like, instead she's just kind of like dicks around for like most of it, and then like, you know, then she like fakes antics when they do that 3-way like pirate duel or whatever. Like, she's not interesting, and like Will is not interesting, and yet they spend so much time on these characters that I just don't give a single fuck about. I feel like I'm in the minority when I say that, but I just don't like Will Turner or Elizabeth Swann. I'm sorry, you know.
I mean, you can make a case for it, yeah. But yeah, the reason she feels like so boring and like kind of uninteresting in like that 3-way sword fight is because she has like no motivation for the chess. Like all the other guys, like they have some motivation as to like it's pretty reasonable.
I will say that was fun. That was fun. The 3-way duel, when they're like, there was that really cool like fucking like rotation spin like of the camera or whatever, like when they're in that wheel, and like as the wheel is rotating, like the camera is rotating as well. Like, that was really cool. Like, I wish more of the movie
is one of the best action scenes ever put to screen.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that.
There's so much great
but
direction in the action scenes in this movie. Like, one of like the most fantastic like shots, I guess, from this movie or sequences is when like I think it's Jack like zooms in with the telescope, and then he like moves it, and then Davy Jones is like standing right in front of him. Like, that shit.
Yeah,
so
that was cool.
genius.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
I used to actually have the Lego set for like that spinning wheel thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to have that Lego set, and I didn't know who the third guy was, because I guess I just didn't remember it. I was like, there's Will, and there's Jack Sparrow, and there's this Davy Jones dude, but who's like this other fucker?
Yeah,
and I'm surprised
I actually
how, like,
find.
I never made that connection when I was a kid that it was the same.
Yeah, like, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I
how
didn't
they
make that
actually,
connection
like,
when I was a kid. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, they brought you back? Okay, yeah. So
I'm surprised that they actually like even though like the characters maybe aren't that interesting, at least they kind of like care about them and bring them back and like actually utilize them mostly pretty well. Like, even though like the characters aren't the main like point of the movie, except maybe like, I mean, they are the main point because the whole thing's about them, but I think just like the spectacle and the like they tried like their asses off to make an entertaining fucking movie, and I think they achieved it extremely well. Like they put a lot of effort into that cannibal scene. They put a lot of effort into making Davy Jones's ship look awesome, and like the Black Pearl look awesome, and all these like great things, shooting in open water, shooting on islands, doing stuff like that. And like I that's what I was trying to say earlier as well. Like, they're not gonna make things like this again. Like, if you're gonna put in this much effort to make and your sole purpose is just to make an entertaining blockbuster, then you fucking achieved. Like, honestly, you did great. Like,
We'll never get something like this
yeah,
again.
like, and I think that's what
I
makes
understand
this
that,
movie really
but
great. And
I understand that, but it's just my issue with that is that like all the stuff with like the cannibal like runaway thing chase scene and like the three-way duel, while that was fun, it was just as equally as like pointless for me because like like the first Pirates movie had a bunch of like crazy antics and like fun chases and fights or whatever, but they all served a purpose. Like they all like meant something in the end to the story and the plot. And in this one, it just felt like action scenes were just happening for the sake of action scenes. Like the like I said, like the cannibal runaway chase, like it was just a fight scene or an action scene just for the sake of an action scene. Like the three-way pirate duel,
I think it was like a good
while
way
that
to
one was a
get
little
everything
bit more
going in the beginning of the film, like set
but
the
I feel
tone,
like
set
the
mood.
first 10 minutes are like did a good job of that already. Like when Jack Sparrow like shoots the gun out of like the tomb or whatever, like the coffin, and then he gets out and like he pulls the leg and he's like, sorry buddy, like it looks like we're taking a trip. But like I think that in of itself was a good way to reintroduce Jack Sparrow, but then they just go way too far by like he's like, oh, now he's a god and they're gonna eat him, and he just like runs away. It's like, I don't know, it's like that's just going way too far.
It's
and
a
what I liked
psychological
about
metaphor for how the audience perceived Jack Sparrow during the time, and how the actor didn't want all this sense of fame and anguish on him because of this. And I think
it's like a Chip and Dale.
Totally
this is the Chip
deep
and Dale
meaning.
of Pirates movies.
Yeah,
but I don't know, like couldn't the three-way pirate duel just like not have happened if they just explained like, yo, like we should actually work together because we actually get something out of it. Like if Jack keeps the chest, then he can use it as ransom.
Yeah, they're all greedy fucking
Like-
pirates. Like
Yeah, but why is Legolas like being a greedy fucking pirate? He's
Because he
like
wants
one
his
of the more
dad
honorable
back.
people. Yeah, but like why wasn't he acting reasonable though? Like in the first film he
tries
like
to
acted
act
somewhat
reasonable,
reasonably.
and he knows that like he's up again. Like I think a whole like a big part of this film is like determination to get like a specific thing that you want, and like all of these. Yeah, I guess it's meant to kind of say something about greed and how, because in the end, like who fucking gets the heart? It's like the higher power. Like no one actually ends up
The British
like
East India
winning at
Company.
the end. Yeah, and it's like
The man.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know how much you guys agree with me on. Well, okay. Before I get into this, because I wanted to talk about Davy Jones himself. Like I thought the actual inclusion of Norrington felt super forced. Like because they don't throw him back into the series until literally the last 40 minutes of the movie. Like I don't know. Like I get the fact that he's like kind of down on his luck, like he lost everything type asshole, but. Like there's no setup to this. There's no setup to his like motivation just in general. Like he just like, oh my god, like my ticket way out, and that's it. Like what would have been nice if he was a character established from the beginning. Like he was recruited into the Black Pearl like because he was forced to, because he has nothing better to do. He has nothing else. And then he sees this opportunity as he builds his character towards that moment. But like here they just throw his character back in for the last 30 minutes, purely because we just needed to see that wheel fight, which is fun. I'm not going to deny that. That was fun, but it's like, I don't know, like, so many of these characters are just thrown in and then just disappear. Like, and the same goes for fucking, the Calypso, like, the crazy witch lady. She's just, like, thrown in the plot halfway through, explain and exposition some bullshit, and then she just disappears. Like, I don't know. I just want something like of substance, something like to keep me invested from beginning to end, like the first movie did. But it really didn't. It just throws a bunch of shit at me, just does expositions a bunch of shit down my throat, and then moves on to the next action scene. Like I don't know, and like that's entirely Mr. Gibbs's character in this entire movie. He's just like, oh, you see, like this is the reason why the Kraken is blah 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 blah. Like, can we give him an actual character and not like have him make him be this like exposition machine? Like, I don't know. Like, is that too much to ask?
I don't know. I had something that I was going to say before, but now I've just forgotten.
Well, I was gonna mention the Davy Jones character himself, because like I actually really like Davy Jones. Like, I love his design. Like, the whole, like, instead of a beard, he has, like, tentacles as, like, a beard and stuff like that. And he has this, like,
Creative.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's, like, and Bill Nighy has this whole, like, I don't know, this disgusting, gross Irishman or something like that, or
Yeah.
Englishman. He's, like, he spits every time he, like, talks or whatever. He's like, curse you, Jack Sparrow, and all this shit. It was like,
I love
this is
every
fun.
line
Yeah.
that just comes out of his mouth. Like, he just does it so well.
Mm.
I cannot be summoned like some mongrel pup. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
great
Things
like
that
creature,
comes out of
like
his mouth
nautical
is fantastic.
designs. Like
Yeah,
his
he's-
whole crew looks fucking awesome. Like
They all look amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like the zombies from The Last of Us. You know, like
great
the
visual
longer that you've
effects
been
work
invested.
there,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. The
still looks
CG
great to this
surprisingly
day.
holds up for
The
those
CG
characters.
has
Oh, yeah,
aged really, really well.
yeah, and I don't know. Like this is an issue we're gonna get into later in the third film, at least for me. But like, I think some of the character that they haphazardly build for Davy Jones in the third movie, like they needed to put that in the second one. Like they just needed to and to give him more motivation and more of a character, I guess, because like if you don't watch the third movie, like you just see him as like he's just a bad guy. He's just like weird tentacle hentai monster man. Like that's just all he is. Like because the third movie is like for some reason the one movie that actually builds his character. It was dumb, but it was at least like an attempt to build his character, but they don't do anything like that in the second one. They just like, oh, he's a bad guy. He needs his heart. You know, the heart will like kill him or whatever. Like, there's no like, I don't know. Like, I like my villains complex. Like, they don't.
I mean,
I like them
Barbosa's
over the
just a
top.
villain in the first one, but it works really well. Like,
But he had motivation in the first one. Like, he's talking about like
I mean, he has
if
motivation
I become
in this
like.
one, too.
Yeah, but like in
Davy
the first
Jones.
one, he's like, I like the whole like, oh, it's like when I eat food, it turns to ash. Like my lustfulness is
Yeah.
like can't be like sequenced. So it's like they're both these like super over the top villains. But like the first one had this like Barbosa had like an actual motivation for like his like craziness or whatever. In this one, he's just Davy Jones is like just a bad guy. Like I didn't like really get any kind of motivation from him other than like, oh look, he's evil tentacle monster man. Like I don't know, like I kind of needed more than that, but again, I know I'm in the minority with this.
He's mostly carried in this movie by like Bill Nighy's performance and like his appearance. Like
Yeah, that's
most
what
of the
drives his
stuff that, like, they
performance. Yeah.
reveal in that most of the stuff they reveal in like the third movie is like kind of like all implied, but kind of seems dumb if you don't watch the third movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wish there were more shots like the rotating of the camera, like as like they're fighting in the wheel and stuff like that. Like I loved the way that sequence was shot. I don't mean to keep coming back to that, but like that's like probably the best shot in the entire movie. I wish there was more stuff like that in this movie, but it was kind of lacking in terms of like
I think
cool
it's,
shots like that.
Way more well directed than the first movie. Like I think.
Really?
I
yeah.
noticed a lot of like really like great camera like sweeps and movements and just like how they revealed certain characters and shit and like the use of like the water and like the camera coming out the water and shit and like there's like drains and there's like blood splatters on the camera and like when they kill people and stuff like I think it was really well made and stuff.
I will give this movie this. Like they made the Kraken a very threatening monster.
Yeah, the
like,
Kraken. We didn't even talk about that yet. Yeah, the Kraken's fucking sick. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
scene where it destroys the boat.
Yeah,
that's
it's
fucking
awesome.
Yeah, the first
Like,
one where like it tears
like,
the
how
boat
the
in
fuck are you
half
gonna
and like
beat this?
eats it up. Yeah, like you know, like I was surprised because I remember the Kraken like conceptually for the last time I saw this, but I kind of forgot how scary the monster is, and when it does, it's like wow, it's almost kind of like a Godzilla or a King Kong movie or something like that, where it's like big kaiju monster and stuff like that. Yeah, and then when like
build it up through the film like really effectively is like this if you ever see this thing you are fucked.
yeah, you're done fucked. Like and I think that what makes the last like 20 minutes of the movie like pretty entertaining. Like the whole like they're trying like these unconventional methods, like you know like we got to shoot like the cannons into their arms and stuff like that, and like you know like and all this other stuff like blowing up all the rum so that it can like
Net of gunpowder and shit.
yeah, it's like really creative. It's like I think like the last 20 minutes is like really like I had a lot of fun with the last like act in general of this movie was like, okay, now we're getting into the things that I actually liked from the first Pirates movie, and it was really fun. I will say the whole like Elizabeth kissing Jack and then like, you know, BDSMing him to like the fucking
weird.
like pole, that was super weird. And then like him, like he's like, bring it on, big boy, and then he tries to stab the inside of the crack. I don't know, that was stupid. I was
Yeah,
like,
that
that's
shot
dumb,
also looked a
but
bit jank, but
yeah. But apparently they threw real slime at
That has
Johnny
always
Depp.
been, like,
Yeah,
my
it wasn't
least favorite part
CG.
of that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently they threw real
All
slime.
the
Yeah,
Elizabeth and Jack scenes I don't like.
yeah. I mean, I just didn't like Elizabeth and well, wait, Elizabeth. Yeah, that was so confusing. The whole like, will they, won't they, with like Elizabeth and Jack. I was like, this is
Yeah,
so
that was
dumb.
dumb.
Like,
That was
what's
stupid.
going on here?
That scene where
Yeah.
they're like, they kind of like almost kiss is like super dumb.
What's the actress's name? Keira Knightley? I
Keira
think?
Knightley.
Knightley.
Yeah.
She always does that thing where she's like trying to act but also look very pretty at the same time. So she just ends up like looking monotone and like not really expressing emotion a lot of the time because she's just
Yeah.
trying to look like pretty, like in every
it's
shot.
appropriate
Like
it's
in the
appropriate in a
third
Joe
movie
Wright film,
especially,
but not
but
this, yeah.
like you can kind of see it in the other films as well, like where she's trying to make sure she looks good instead of just like giving it her all and just acting the character, you know. Like you look good anyways. Don't worry about it. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Kira, you are one of the prettiest celebrities like living. You don't need to worry about any of that crap. Like just give a decent performance.
I
you
mean,
know?
while
like,
we're talking about her, this is just a completely random thing. But in the third movie,
Sure,
which
yeah.
I guess we can move on to now, but you know, while we're on the topic, she screams and she sounds exactly like a seagull. And that's all I wanted to say.
what? What do you?
In
Really?
the third
Okay.
movie, like when the
That's
when the
weirdly
boat
specific.
actually when the boat's like going into like that vortex and it's like tipping over, like the first time when they're like trying to flip it over, she's like holding onto the thing and she screams and it sounded exactly like a fucking seagull. like it was very distracting.
I might have to go back to that because I don't actually know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
I
to
can
fact check
maybe
that one.
maybe you can try find it, but it's very funny.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
I
was
guess
just
we
saying,
should
like,
wrap up
what
on
you
this.
were. Yeah, just like one quick thought. I was like, the whole like she seems monotone because she's trying to act, but she's trying to be pretty. Like that's appropriate in like a Joe Wright movie, like Pride and Prejudice, when it's not appropriate in something.
Yeah,
like this, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Like
Yeah, this is like a pirates movie. You gotta scream and get dirty and fucking like
that's
do shit
weird. Was
and,
anybody
like-
weirded by that? It's like you are in this like cesspool of like hell-ridden, dirty,
Also-
like rotten people, and then you have these like nice-looking, pretty like Orlando Bloom and like Keira Knightley in the bunch. It's like this is so weird. Like, why are you not as dirty as them?
Also,
You know?
why the
Yeah.
there was the one thing that pissed me off about this movie, trans talk now. How the fuck did no one know she was a woman? Like I
'Cause
I
it's
can go outside
such a
and
knee
dress
slapper.
up so like as much as I can to like look as convincingly feminine as possible. People will still misgender me. But fucking in this movie, she just puts on a fucking hat, like leaves her hair out, like it's
cuts
tied,
her
but she
hair.
still leaves it out. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is just a dude, even though she sounds exactly like a woman. Like, what the fuck? That's bullshit. That's
know.
such a
I
cliche.
guess people
A lot
are
of
like
movies
the
do that,
funny,
but it's like,
funny antics. Yeah.
yeah, it's like,
I-
no, that was the one
I
thing
guess-
that took,
I guess
that was
those
like too
traitors
much.
were
That
just
was like,
dumb.
no.
Well, actually wanted to mention one more thing. The ending was so dumb. It was like everyone's just like having this like, you know, like dour party. It's like to Jack Sparrow, greatest pirate.
Oh, no, I like
I'm
that.
pretty
I
sure like
liked it.
3/4 of you people fucking hate this guy. Like, I don't know why Elizabeth was upset about this at all. Because like she's the one who
No,
damned
because
him
she
to like
killed
to
him.
Yeah,
death
she
in
was
the
the one who
first
killed
place.
him,
Yeah.
pretty much.
She
Yeah, but,
killed
like, she
him, and
wanted
then like
to
she
do
had
that.
like
She
the
didn't
thing with
seem
like the
upset
compass
about that when
pointing
she
towards
left.
him and shit. Like, I don't know. They tried.
I don't-
They did a good effort at like tying everything together. There was also a lot of great reincorporation within this movie, like I was saying earlier. Like a lot of repeated gags that like you have to like pay attention closely to get. I don't know. Maybe it's just a guilty pleasure, but this movie rocks in my opinion. Like,
Yeah, they also brought back those
Luka,
annoying
we
like.
should do a viewing of it together sometime.
yes, I agree.
Sure, I
Jules.
guess so.
No,
yeah.
Timmy, you're not allowed to come. No.
I'm not allowed
You're not
because I
allowed.
don't like it.
Yeah.
You don't know haters here.
Yeah. They brought back those annoying fucking like goofy goon side characters. The one of them plays like
love them.
the
No, they're
UK
great.
version of Dwight from The Office. No, they're just so unfunny. They're just like, and their motivations make zero sense because like on the one hand they're like betraying Jack and his crew, but then they give a shit like when he dies. It's like, I don't know. It like just doesn't make any sense to me. And like they end on a stupid.
It's kind of funny that they're just like
they kind of just follow the vibes. They're like, if they're if they're what's the word I'm looking for? If their mischievous doesn't work out, they kind of just like blend into like the crew and just pretend like they're like on board with everything. Like I think it's funny. Like
I like their little antic with the Bible. It's like you can't read the Bible. Well, you get points for trying.
Yeah,
that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
we're kind of running out of time, though, so
let me just say one thing. The whole like bringing back Barbosa and he says, "You miss me," and then he bites an apple. That was so dumb.
Iconic.
That was stupid.
Iconic.
That was stupid.
Iconic.
And it ends, okay.
No, great ending.
Yeah. Anyway, we can get into ratings. I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10.
I'm gonna give my rating first.
Okay.
Timmy just
Like
fucking
the
went for
ultimate
it.
good.
Okay, Jules, you lost now. You lost.
Yeah, 5 out of 10 for me. Yeah.
7 out of
yeah.
10. Awesome movie. Timmy doesn't know what he's talking about, everyone.
Yeah, I guess I just don't like good movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Timmy doesn't have good taste. He's just a contrarian. This is an 8 out of 10 for me.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Jules.
Okay, hell yeah. Okay, I mean, I'm glad you guys like it. I wish I could like it as much as you guys. So,
Yeah.
We'll get you
Anyway.
to understand.
All
one
right.
day. Don't worry.
Anyway,
We kind of have
the
to
third
blitz
one
through this last
Anyway,
one
let's
now.
move
at
on
World's
to some
End.
trash.
Yeah, at World's End. Okay, I guess I have to explain the plot for this one.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay, let me
At
actually
the end of my patience.
let me look at my notes because I had to write down the plot of this movie because the movie was so fucking confusing. It was so
Yeah.
convoluted that I literally didn't know what the fuck was happening half the time. But I'm gonna give it a try. Okay, so apparently there's a UN Security Council of pirates that they have to bring back, which they did not set this up in any way whatsoever. They did not reintroduce this whatsoever. And apparently Jack Sparrow is one of these fucking pirate UN Security Council members or whatever. But he's dead, but not dead because he's in Davy Jones' locker, which is this fucking Rango-like desert location. Fucking, I don't know. Like, apparently there's these Singaporean pirates. One of the leaders played by Chow Yun-fat, which I did not remember when I revisited this. But apparently, the fucking guy, the head of the what was his name? The head of the British East India Company. What the fuck was his name? Norrington was the
Beckett.
admiral. What Beckett? Yeah, he like controls the Heart, and like Davy Jones is like his like personal hunter or something. And then but he's in love with like Calypso, and Calypso is in love with him, but except when she isn't, when she like causes a storm. But then like I guess Davy Jones also isn't in love with him, but then it doesn't really matter because they have this like big epic action fight scene, which I guess ultimately didn't really matter because I guess you just needed to kill the head honchos and the rest of the armada doesn't matter. And apparently they have all these like fucking rules and like, you know, things you need to like, they have like a pirate constitution or some shit.
Yeah.
And like apparently you can get killed for not following the pirate constitution. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's the plot. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This movie is dumb. It's stupid. It's pure trash. But I had more fun with this movie than Dead Man's Chest.
I was pure trash.
I was more entertained with this one than I was with Dead Man's Chest because it was so stupid. It was so stupid, and it was so like nothing made any sense. But it wasn't like in Dead Man's Chest where I was just bored most of the time. This one I was just entertained. You know, it's not good, but it was like entertaining. Like the whole like him like when there are like multiple Johnny Depps and he's like hallucinating, and it's like
that was so
it's stupid as
yeah.
fuck. But it was entertaining. It was
Looked
fun.
like
you know?
worse
Yeah.
VFX than the second film. Like with the
Really, I don't know. I didn't
multiple
think it was that different compared to like anything else that I saw from the rest of the trilogy. Like
No,
it
looked
very
really
in line.
bad. There was a lot of bad green screen, except for that one Johnny Depp that was like a Davy Jones like monster. That one looked really
that was
good.
cool.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
looked good.
yeah. Davy Jones is stupid in this one, but Okay. Can someone explain this to me? Like he and Calypso are in love, but they aren't because they both pissy at each other. But Davy Jones betrayed her, but he really didn't. But then she like is in love with him. But then when she becomes a sea goddess, she isn't in love with him anymore. This is so stupid, and I didn't understand anything that was going on that end. And I need someone to explain this to me. Like, please, yeah.
He got pissed at her because she didn't show up to like his one day ashore. So she's like, "Oh fuck you! I'm gonna tell the Brethren Court how to like bind you or whatever, make you like a human."
Yeah.
And then he became convinced that like it was all a facade and that she never loved him.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not super clear.
Wait, that
I think
that
that's
was
how
not
it is.
communicated well at all. I was so confused.
Yeah.
I mean, I might not even be getting it right anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It doesn't matter. That's I will say at least like one positive, because I'm sure we're all gonna talk about this movie negatively, but
Sure.
one
yeah.
positive is like it's still like at least keeps to like some really cool like production design and like cinematography and direction by Gore Verbinski, because I skipped through Stranger Tides like after watching this. My plan was originally to just watch Stranger Tides because I didn't remember it at all, but I skipped through it, and it really suffers from not having like that same sense of style and direction from Verbinski. Like Jack is directed like way more poorly, and yeah, like although this movie like sucks and like plot and having like so many different villains and like so many like different characters betraying one another and then befriending one another. I know that was kind of a thing in the second film, but this movie just does it way too fucking much. It's like they're friends. No, they're not friends anymore. Nope, these people are friends now. Oh, never mind.
That was
these
really
people
annoying.
are together. Oh, never mind. It was so repetitive and annoying, and it was
and it didn't mean
fucking
anything in the end. It's
Yeah,
like all
it
this
didn't.
betrayal, and they all just come back to square one, where it's like, I guess we're friends again. Like, what the fuck was the
They
point of
say,
any
do we
of
have
this?
an
Yeah.
accord a lot?
Yeah.
Sorry?
I said they say, do we have an accord a lot?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
that
true.
was dumb. That was stupid. But I will say this, like, the whole, like, fucking hurricane, like, final battle, Lord of the Rings epic fight or whatever near the end, like, that was entertaining. Like, I was never bored during
Yeah.
that section. It was stupid, but, like, I don't know. At a certain point when, like, Davy Jones and Jack Sparrow are, like, dueling each other on top of a fucking mast, it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna be entertained by that.
Yeah,
like,
that was,
I'm gonna have
that
fun
was
with
cool. Yeah.
What was stupid, I will say, was that the whole, like, Barbosa, marry us while we're fighting pirates or whatever. And I was like, really? We have time for this shit? Like, come on. Like, where's the stakes? Where's the urgency? There's none of that. Yeah. Like, aren't you guys, like... You guys are, like, fighting this combined force of, like, British naval forces and fucking, like, squid monsters. Like, come on. Like, where's the urgency? Where's the stake here? Like, nope, we gotta marry, we gotta kiss, and fucking all that shit. Like, fuck you. You know?
And then that weird like thing at the end where he like caresses her leg and like
Oh, that really cringe scene.
yeah, that's so awful. Yeah,
That was for the
this
people who have
whole-
thigh
That might be the
fetishes.
worst scene in the film.
this whole movie is like weirdly misogynistic. I mean, the whole franchise is, but like you can kind of excuse
It's
it
kind of
at
in, like,
some
a-
points
a
because like they're
tongue-in-cheek
pirates,
kind of
you
way.
know, like obviously but they would do stuff like this. But all of the movies have like these weird lines directed towards women. But this movie in particular
It's
just
bad luck
just
to have a
pushed
woman
it-
on ship.
This movie just pushed it a bit too far, I think.
Bad luck to have a woman.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
either misogynistic or someone really had like a thigh fetish. Like maybe Gore Verbinski has like a thigh fetish or something like that.
This
so.
one also just had like the weird thing like at the beginning of like the people looking under the deck like at her panties or whatever, and just like all this weird stuff.
It was like some stupid anime
Yeah, where
bullshit.
they-
It's like, we really have time
it
for this
just-
right now?
It
Yeah.
felt really weird and cringe and yeah, I don't know.
I thought that opening like action scene just in general was like poorly thought out and cringe. Like just like the
Yeah.
swords are being like fucking whip through like the holes, and like there was
Yeah,
just,
when
like,
they could barely
fucking
fit
chaos.
their eye through it, like how did the swords go through the holes?
Like it makes
like,
zero sense.
yeah.
And then like there's just like wave after wave of
Yeah.
like craziness, and it's like I can't tell who is who, and like
Yeah.
who's a good guy and who's a bad guy. Like I don't
Yeah.
what the
Spills
fuck
from,
is
like, a
going
building
on?
into like the entire city.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
it was-
sorry to say, but I think we might have to wrap this one up already, just to make sure I have enough time before my power goes out. But there's not really
Yeah,
much. There's
there's
not
not
really
much to say
anything
about this
say
movie
about
I'll
the
just say
anyway,
my
yeah.
criticism quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
go
say
ahead.
my criticism quickly. Is that the movie is too fucking long.
Yeah.
I think that's something we can all
Way
agree on. It's nearly
too
3 hours.
long. Like it's 3 hours for
3
no
hours
fucking
long.
reason.
It's way
No
too
reason
fucking
at
long.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, like I would be okay with that if they justified that runtime at a certain point. Like the first movie is like 2.5 hours long, but that movie's runtime is justified. Like even the second one, kind of, but this one, like it's 3 hours for no fucking reason. Like it's because it's just action. Like it's just payoff. Like, but there's no reason for this to be 3 hours. Like, what is this fucking
It's
Lord
not
of the Rings?
just payoff though. There's like so much scenes of just people just talking and like doing such random bullshit that's like not fun.
They are expanding so much unnecessary character in this
Yeah.
last movie. Like,
Yeah.
why didn't you do this in the second one? Like, this is my issue. It's like all of this, like, rapid, like, shoving down your throat character building, like, in the last minute. Like, why wasn't this in the second one? Like, they needed this character build up in the second one so that by the time the action scenes that happen in the third one, it's, like, really interesting and satisfying payoff. But, like, they shove all this shit down your throat in the last minute, and I don't understand why they did that. Because, like, they made these movies back to back. Like, they had this entire script, this entire story planned out, and yet they chose to tell the story in the most convoluted, choppy way possible, and it was so fucking annoying. I hated it so much. Yeah.
I do
But
like Davy
anyway,
Jones in the bucket though. That was funny.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
All right.
that was a weird technical.
My second criticism was of the final battle sequence where Elizabeth gives like that speech to like rally them into hope, and it's like
That was
it's
dumb
pretty,
as
it's
fuck.
pretty cool and shit.
That was dumb
and then
as
it was
fuck.
like, and then they just don't fight. Like none of the. It's only like the Black Pearl
Yeah, like no
and
one
the
else is fighting.
Dutchman fighting. I was
Oh,
like,
but we have to talk about Beckett's death. Fucking
was-
flat.
that is a badass scene.
Fucking
I will
flat.
say it's
That is
only
the best
badass
scene in the film.
because it's just stretched out for so fucking long. It's so long. Like, just die
No, it's
already.
awesome.
Like, we're done here. You know? Yeah. But yeah, that
Yeah.
was like
I was
annoyance
reading
for me.
about
It's like,
how-
what was the point of uniting all these pirates if most of them weren't even gonna fight anyway? Like,
Yeah.
what was the point?
For
They just stood there.
Black Pearl.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Like the fucking armada turns away after not one ship that okay, we can deal with that, but two ships we're out.
No, now we're done here. Like losing one ship, yeah, okay, yeah, but two, nah, bro, we're out of here. Like,
Fuck
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah, and even how
anyway.
like Davy
He's a-
Jones dies, like it feels like
So
he was such a
unsatisfying.
menacing, villain, and he just kind of just goes plop, like yeah.
he did it for love or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Some
Just
stupid
just
shit
muddled
like that.
and not really as fun compared to the others.
It kind of feels like he's tossed aside for this movie. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
more like
was anyone
Beckett's the actual like
was
antagonist.
anyone annoyed by the fact that they threw in this like fucking plot line where it's like, oh, by the way, if you stab the heart, you have to take the place of Davy Jones and become the new like
Yeah.
captain of like the Flying Dutch? Like, what
They
the
wrote
fuck?
themselves into a corner with that one.
Where did this come from? Like, what? Whatever. Yeah.
Silly.
Oh yeah, and like Jules, and like you mentioned, Jules, like Davy Jones was a threatening villain in the second one, and then he's just kind of tossed aside to make this random British villain like the main bad guy. It's like,
Yeah.
really, like this is what's happening now. Like,
Yeah, like when Davy Jones is
And I
doing
like
such
him.
like
Like,
menacing
he's a great
and like
character.
summoning a kraken in the second movie, to this one where like he's just being controlled by like this like navy dude is like so lame and like
that annoyed me.
Yeah.
Like, the way he just like, yeah, the Kraken's dead now because we couldn't think of a way to actually have a kill.
yeah.
yeah, like he went from like being
like,
like
yeah,
this
I ordered you to
threatening
kill us.
villain to being this like fucking like Team Rocket goon. Like, come on, man, really? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we should probably.
Yeah. Anyway, we're done. I'm done talking about this.
Anyway,
I didn't have
alright.
much to say
5
about
out of
this.
10.
Yeah. Sorry.
5 out of 10. That's my
5 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm giving
same.
this one. Yeah, and I'm giving this one a 4 out of 10. But I had more fun with this one than the
Wow,
Dance
I
Chess.
can't believe
Sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. I was more entertained by this one because of how stupid it was. So
This
yeah.
one has some moments. It's still competent in aspects, but yeah, compared to the others, and just its muddled story and everything makes it just not fun at all compared to them. But yes,
Alright, are we doing
Anyway,
question
that was
time,
the,
or is it
Pirates
the
movies.
a
recommendation?
quick question time. Probably.
Yeah, let's do like quick 1 or 2 questions. Like 1 or 2
Yeah.
questions quick. Yeah. So.
Well, I asked my friends, and they get for questions, and they gave me like no good ones. Like one of them is just what camera was the Kim Kardashian sex tape recorded
Oh
with.
god.
So
How the fuck am I supposed to know this one? Yeah. How am I supposed to know that?
That's also just fucking
One of them just
stupid.
says, "How do I convince my stepsister to do the things stepsisters do in the movies?"
Okay, stop with this.
Okay, so they're being edgelords.
You
is what
used
I'm...
to, yeah, you and
Yeah,
your
they're being
childish
edgelords.
friends.
I know.
Do you have
If they're
any
gonna ask,
actual
like-
questions?
Yeah. Do they have actual
Yeah,
questions?
I made some because these fuckers are unreliable.
Okay.
Well,
Which was,
can I say I am happy to answer fucking weird, bizarro questions like that. Just like make them like fun, weird, bizarro questions. Like, I don't know who's the hottest like movie character. I don't know, like stuff like that. Yeah. So
One of them was directed towards you, Timmy, and I think you might actually have.
Uh-oh.
You could actually answer this one.
okay.
This is from the Exonator, who addresses you only as the weeb friend.
Oh, I'm that guy. Yeah.
To the weeb friend, have you seen Shay Frillis's video on ranking the Studio Ghibli films and how horrible is it? Asking for a friend.
I have. Yeah. It wasn't as horrible as I think. I mean, it's been a long while since I've seen that
It's a
video,
good
so I have to
video.
remember.
Do they mean
but-
horrible like the ranking? Like,
Yeah, because like
oh,
I think that
okay.
he placed I think he placed like The Tale of Princess Kaguya and another movie over something like Spirited Away, which I mean I'm not mad about that. Like I totally get that. I mean I
placed
don't
a
think
couple over Spirited Away in my opinion. So.
really okay yeah. I mean like I don't think I've seen The Tale of the Princess Kaguya. It's a great movie. Like it's Takahata's last film, but like I don't think it's like this. I don't think it's as amazing as something like Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke or anything like that. I one thing I do admire about that Shea Frillis video is that his hatred for Goro Miyazaki is about the same as my hatred for him. So you know, like no matter how he ranks it, as long as he hates Goro as much as I do, then like I'm okay with whatever the fuck he ranks. So yeah. Sorry, what did you ask, Jules?
Luka, on the description of this video, can you credit Timmy as the weeb friend?
Sure.
Sure, I guess.
Okay.
Is that what
So
I am? Like, is
I
that my
made one
whole?
since
Is that my
these-
whole personality?
These
Yeah.
edgelords can't give me actual questions, so this is from me. What is your worst movie watching experience? Because I figured that's the one we haven't really covered yet. One is when I went to see Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw. There
Oh,
were these
God.
little fuckers behind me who were just like throwing popcorn at me, and I just like eventually after like 15 minutes I just went like, shut the fuck up and just watch the fucking movie or I'll get the employees. Like I just snapped at them.
Jesus.
I
Yeah,
scared them.
I hate like
I scared
annoying
them so
like
much
people.
that they just stopped.
Yeah, that's why like the Alamo Draft House needs to exist more because they have a very strict no talking, no texting policy.
Yeah, we don't
like,
have that in Australia.
Yeah, I know,
unfortunately.
but yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah. Luka, do you have one?
Just in general, like I think watching Geely like absolutely fucked me up and like took
I
the
know.
life
I
out of
was
me.
there with you. I was
That
there
was
with
so.
you.
I hated that so much. Timmy knows, yeah.
Yeah, I was there. I didn't hate it nearly as much, but it was still bad. Yeah, it was
And
still a piece of
then-
shit.
In a cinema, I think I have two, but I the one I had on my mind, but I literally forgot. So, because this is worst movie watching experience, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. So one's just a small one. It's like the movie, both of these movies aren't necessarily really bad, but like the first one was when I was watching Avengers Endgame. The people in front of me were like,
God.
guys, I think Iron Man dies in this one. And then Iron Man dies at the end, and I was kind of pissed off, but I didn't really care. But I was like, oh my word, these fuckers just spoiled the fucking movie. like
What goes through their sick, demented mind to just like spoil the ending of a
Yeah.
movie like that while you're watching the
like
movie?
that kind
There
of
was
just
that
like
Taylor
made the
Swift
movie
standard,
less
didn't it?
exciting in a way. Like, I mean, I don't care for that movie, but like, you know, like when anyone went to watch that movie at the time, it was kind of like an event, you know. So like, just it was like knowing what the roller coaster was gonna be like before I went on the roller coaster. It was like, wow, okay.
I know exactly what you mean, because I was like, I remember my friends and I, we went to go see Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and all of my friends, including me, except one, had read the book, so we know like what the hell happens in like in the story or whatever. But that my friend didn't know what happened. So like when I guess spoilers for Half-Blood Prince, but you should honestly know this at this point. Like before like the movie started, he was like, "Man, I can't wait to see like how they execute like Snape killing Dumbledore or whatever." And he said this out loud, and my friend was like, "Wait, Dumbledore dies?" And I was like, "You asshole! Why did you ruin that experience for him?" Yeah. Like, dude, like why would you say that?
fucked
Like,
up.
we can talk about it because we read the books, but like, why would you say that to him? You know, like Jesus. Yeah.
And then my second
So-
one, it was actually when I went to go watch Morphe for the first time.
Oh, okay.
So you know how my power is literally about to go out in 15 minutes. Well,
Sure. Yeah.
cinemas are supposed to prepare for this. They're supposed to have like
I saw your review
generators
about this.
and stuff to prepare for stuff like this. So it was right before the ending, like during the action sequence. During the end of the action sequence,
Okay. Yeah.
and then the power shut off. And I was like, no, what the... So yeah, again, this is like another one where the movie's great, but just the experience was toned down so much. And then we're like, guys, don't worry, we're gonna start up the generators, we're gonna get it rolling again. We wait there for like half an hour, and then it doesn't come up, and then the guy comes back, and then they're like, yeah, you guys can go get a refund because we can't get this up and running. And I was like, no, I want to know the ending of this fucking movie.
I'm sorry,
and it was
that
so
sucks.
frustrating. It was actually so annoying because I was like really into it, and then it just like it's like, yeah, and then you just get like so dissatisfied because you don't get to finish like something you were engaged in, and yeah. That sucks.
You know what? I know exactly how you feel because I had something very similar to that. I remember I was 10. I was excited because my cousin, my older cousin, he took me to go see the premiere of How to Train Your Dragon, the first one.
No.
Yeah, and the theater were such assholes about this. Like halfway through the movie, it was so fun. I was having such a great time, and I was a huge big fan of the books. So like I was like coming in as like a mega fan.
Yeah.
Halfway through the movie, and I remember which scene in specifically because I remember this that vividly. It was the scene where Hiccup was like making like the artificial like tail for or tail span or whatever, like for Toothless or whatever. Right when he like opens the fucking tailspin, the movie just freezes, but the audio continues going on.
Oh no!
Oh no.
And I don't know what was going on. I was so upset. And like they had to like stop the movie and like figure out the problem for like 15 minutes. And then instead, once they finally fix the problem, rather than just starting from there, they start the movie over again. Like,
Oh my god!
I mean, like I'm so mad. Like
Imagine if
dude.
it went back to that point and then froze again. Oh gosh! All right.
Yeah, but that's
Is that
my
the end? 'Cause
story, I
we need to-
guess.
We need to get your recommendation.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, everyone, to cut the question short this
That's
episode,
okay.
but I gotta do it because my power's gonna turn off soon. So,
It's okay.
my
Don't have
recommendation. I've
Yeah,
kind of
let's do
been.
it.
I've kind of been teasing at it to the
Sure.
other two.
I mean, you told me. Well,
I told you.
Wait, you told Jules and not me?
You
What
put
the
it in the
fuck?
I didn't tell you what it was gonna be. What? When did I tell you, Jules?
You put it in the chat. You were like, yeah, but I just want to talk about this one. And I was like, did you mean to spoil that?
Wait, okay.
Wait, what are you talking about? I don't know what you guys are talking
Yeah, I don't know
about.
what Jules is talking about. Anyways, to kind of extend Jules's little nautical theme, I'm going to recommend The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Jaws, Jules.
You really threw a curveball at me.
No, I'm actually looking at it. When
Yeah,
you-
I was like,
when
oh,
you're
is it
talking
Jaws?
about-
Are you gonna recommend Jaws? Like,
Yeah.
really?
I don't think any of you guys have seen it, so
No, I've never seen Life Aquatic. It's like one of the handful
Yeah,
of
this is
like
one of the
Wes
Wes
Anderson
Anderson's
movies
movies
I've
I
never
haven't
seen.
seen.
Yeah.
I've got it on DVD.
yes, we'll start off with horror movies next week. Thanks for Timmy
Yeah,
for
so
sacrificing his
yeah.
recommendation for that. But
I'm
he'll
willing
get
to do that,
another
yeah.
one in the future anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Based
I'm willing
on
to
the
give it up because
schedule.
I like horror movies, so yeah, I'm more than happy to have the Halloween horror like theme start with me. So yeah, I'm more than willing to do that. Yeah. So
But yes,
okay, great. Yeah.
The Life
If you don't want to
Aquatic?
be The Life Aquatic. Yeah. What year did it come out? 2007, I
2004.
think.
2004.
Yeah.
2004. Okay, yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, if you don't want to be spoiled for The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, is that how you pronounce it? Zissou, whatever. Yeah, Zissou.
Zissou.
If you don't want to be spoiled for Life Aquatic, directed by Wes Anderson, 2004, watch it because we're gonna spoil the shit out of it. We're gonna talk about it,
Hell
so
yeah.
watch it beforehand.
Yeah.
I'm
And
so excited for
probably
our
Pinocchio.
yeah, probably Pinocchio too.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Because the Disney Plus release came out, and it's apparently it's
3
horrible. So
Yeah, 2 horror movies and Life Aquatic for next episode. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye. Dun, 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 dun.
Goodbye.